Hello, everybody out there. I just wanted to take a time to appreciate you and appreciate myself openly uh, through the internet and in a frequency that we could all understand, even outside the internet. I just, and if you're listening right now, this is meant for you. And I just want to say thank you to you for being yourself, for making choices for yourself, nobody else, and while still appreciating them and knowing what feels right now, or knowing that that was an old program and you appreciate what you got out of it. But now, who you are right now, regardless if you know it or not, it may not be for you anymore. It may be for somebody else. Have you ever noticed sometimes you help connect people? Are you that type of person? Sometimes I find myself helping connect people, being a medium or a networker. It's, what is about me is not always about myself. It's about the connection. I love the connection with people and making connections for that person to other people. And some of you are like saying, what is the relevance to this? Get to the point. That's another thing. I mean, I used to be like that a lot, and I get to the point, or very young, or, whatever terms you want to use. I mean, don't let the words that I'm telling you teach. Let the feeling you're getting out of it in life experiences help support who you are in this present moment and where you want to go. The thing is for those that are, okay, what do I do now? What do I do now? What actions do I need to take? I'm stressed. The answer's there. Are you receiving it? Everything in here is a receiver, and there's many ways to sense it. Even science is, if you need to be one of those evidence-driven people and you need to search outside of yourself and have somebody else that you think that you don't have bias with or resistance with to tell you that this is true, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with science. There's nothing wrong with someone taking their time to comfort you into realizing this is a great experience. That's the thing, is like sometimes I learned the more I get distracted and I don't go head on, rush into a situation and bring it down and conquer it. Instead of picking it, I let it grow and I sit with it for a bit, like right now that you are with me. Just realize that you don't have to rush into things. And if you're still listening to this, maybe you need this message of you don't need to rush into things. You don't need to be so direct with people. You don't need to get down to the point. Enjoy the dance of life. Plant that seed and let it flourish. Because it's not going to be ready today if you just planted it sometimes. But it's up to you. There is no time and space, really. I mean, I feel like Source, infinite intelligence, God, whatever you want to call it, is the engineer, and we are the creator. We direct our focus on how life could evolve. Life is supposed to be fun. So let it be fun. Some people made a tradition for Sunday to be a day of rest. Some people aren't into religion. That's okay. No matter what you do, you're always connected and you're always receiving, but are you allowing it in? A lot of clients and people I have stimulating, fun conversations with, because that's what I love to do, and also in other ways. In body work, I don't need to talk to someone. I don't even need to teach or touch somebody to help them, because I love doing what I'm doing and I trust in myself. I feel like we all could be Jesus. I feel like that's what Jesus' message was. That's just where I am. You don't need to join a group or anything in order to be who you want to be. But you can also learn to enjoy those groups and know that you can still be detached, or you don't have to join a group in order to know that you are somebody. You're always worthy. You're always somebody. You came in this life to have fun. You didn't have to be tortured. You don't have to suffer. You don't have to sacrifice. You don't have to prove your worth. And when you just relax and enjoy your day, go outside, take a walk, just know, just be. Be who you want to be. Who I am, I'm finding the more I just relax and stay present and focus on what would feeling good feel like, things easily come to me. The world comes to me and I go to it. Not just when I need to, but when I want to. And a lot of times on my journeys, like the other day, all of a sudden I wasn't even trying. But I had put that focus out there that I wanted to do more than just massage and body work. I'm really good at what I do. I'm very unique with the Eastern Western style. And I'm glad I went to Pacific College Midwest, Illinois Central College, to learn what I've done. With an open hand type of massage. I don't even need people to take off their clothes. But I don't mind customizing. I love that I can use my feet over the sheet. But it was just cool to go out and have fun. Just have fun with a friend, or no matter if I'm with somebody or not. But I put that focus forward. I said, I want to go out and have fun. And I'm imagining it. Because I daydreamed it, I imagined it. And I let it happen when I was inspired, knowing when the timing was right with engineer that you may call God or source or infinite intelligence. They had it ready. And I got someone openly saying, I'm looking for another massage therapist. And I have different locations. This is not just an advertisement here when I'm talking. It's for those that are trying to create their business or create themselves or figure out, what should I do today? Or I'm stressed. What's going to work? How is this life going to work out for me? How can I be with my children more often? How can I go on more vacations? How can I appreciate people from the past and make a new future where the past no longer affects me? I can appreciate it, or it's like it never existed. For me, the only thing that is relevant, that exists, is now and where I put my focus. I notice the more I'm stressing out, about the past or having anxiety about the future, I just bring it with me, and I bring that out of every person that I come in contact with. They reflect it back to me because I'm just putting out the energy. And when I work with clients, I try to focus on them and know what's going on with them before I even step in the door, or they step in the door, because I go to people's homes and everything. Or they come to me where I have a rental space. And I find myself, the more I put my intentions before the action and I imagine it how I want it to go, it goes better. I just mind my own bliss during the session. I don't go down into rabbit holes with people unless we're both in a space where we can, did you realize, hey, maybe this person is just reflecting back to you what you're reflecting back to them, without being too sympathetic to their misery, being company to their misery. And I know in our culture or in past cultures, it's like, say as I do, not as I say, or I want my problems to be your problems so I can have someone to relate to. How about you just relate to yourself? And if someone's coming to me, I have something that I can offer to them. They're in a place of allowing and want change. Those are the type of clients I take on. I've denied clients, and you can do that too. Some people that come into your life, you get this notion like, not right now, or I feel like something needs to be reflected back to you, or maybe you just need to learn how to not constantly, when you get a message on your phone, that you need to respond soon, because in advertising and business and everything else, we're told to right then and there answer them. And that just sounds like shortage consciousness instead of having an abundance and knowing that whatever you put out there will come back to you. And you have power over what happens to you in your life. Even death. To me, all death is a choice. And that's another subject matter. I see a lot of blessings in COVID, but I also know, I can put a lot of focus for those of you that want me to go and put out healing towards people out there. I can do that for you. But know that that person has majority of the power. It's all them, what they choose to do with their life. And yes, you can influence somebody to heal themselves, but only they can heal themselves or be open. I'm that person because I don't have the resistance going on that they have going on. I can see from a neutral point of view, hey, this door's open for you. It's just a choice. There's many doors open for you. What do you think of that? But it's up to you. It's up to you to go through that door. I like to say there's many doors that lead to many parties because life should be fun. But it's up to you to know if you want to show up to the party or a different party or just stay at home. It's up to you. But I like people to know that they have a choice. And no one is asserting anything into your life. And if someone chooses to die, no, at least I've found out, there is no sin. There is no hell. To me, all of that is something you put into your life as you're living. That's just my belief. I want people to believe in themselves, not everything Megan says or anybody else. Be influenced by you and enjoy the time that you create with others. And know that, things do not have to be torture. A little bit of pain helps you make choices in life, or stress makes you realize, okay, I'm thinking about this in a way that is uncomfortable. And a lot of my inspiration is from Abraham Hicks. Where credit is due. And if for those that, where are you getting all these ideas from? I mean, a lot of this stuff I knew before I even studied or was interested in Abraham Hicks' teachings from Esther Hicks, who is, she is an author, she's a motivational speaker, she's more than that. And I feel like we all have these senses like her. Abraham Hicks, if you're into teaching, you'll get that spiritual aspect and others like it. I always feel like we're beings within beings. And there's those that are non-physically focused. There's a non-physical portion of me that may be in you. Or we're tied on to somebody. Like sometimes because I'm into music, I feel like I get the notion that John Lennon is around, or even let me, I like all types of music. Dimebag Darrell, just, but, different types. Prince. Even when I get into the inventions and, you got Albert Einstein, and I don't have to know everything about them. It could be just something about them that no one knew where they are presently focused, because we never die is with me now. And I focused enough where who they are now and non-physical, and who with everyone that they're connected with to non-physical, because I feel like there's a lot of one soul, there's a lot of collective souls within a soul within a soul. And the universe, everything is constantly expanding. And I don't think we're dying. But if someone dies, they just change, they transform. And sometimes also you can also know when someone's thinking of you. Because we're all connected. We're all souls within one soul. Don't you think we're always connected? And you can always expand. Like, I like to think, if you want to use the God word, we're all a body of God. Let's say, I am the lungs of God. You are the heart of God. You are one of the cells. There are many cells that are in the lungs, respiratory system, and there's a lot of cells in the cardiovascular system. And when that cell is done, it transforms, and it can do whatever it normally does when it goes back into the body, and maybe go out the bloodstream, the urinary stream, or out of the digestive stream, out of the body. But it always finds its way back. Or even you exhale it out, or it goes out of your skin. There's many ways. It doesn't mean like we have to, eye for one eye or whatever. It's funny about that. People don't read further into it. It doesn't say to do that anymore. And yes, some of you are going to say, you're kind of all over the place. I'm like, I don't think I am. Because the person that should be listening to this is going to continue to listen to this. And this may not be for you anymore. Or maybe you're getting torn up over the word. Like, some people don't like the word God. Some people don't like the word that has anything to do with the Bible, or anything to do with mediums or spirituality, or, even simple things. Like, someone could have an issue with a color. They don't like a certain color or whatever. But get past the word. What am I really saying without words? And yes, this is for me too. I was wanting to get online before COVID. And I don't see COVID as the problem. It helped us make choices. It helped us connect back to ourselves. So that's the thing, but the thing is, I think COVID will affect those that keep focusing on it and worry about it. I'm big on law of attraction. That's what I learned with Abraham Hicks, and through, different spiritualist groups. But this is my voice, and I'm speaking for you, through you, too, because I feel like we're all connected, that, when all is said and done, we're all the body of God. You have a choice. You don't even have to stay the heart forever. You can come back, even though you never leave the body, because I feel like we're a body within a body within a body. At a micro level to a bigger level. We can change, and we can come back as something else. And there's like a really small percentage of those in the world that, yes, a lot of people, unless it's just the media, you can have any ailment, but people are afraid to get sick. Well, wouldn't you rather get through it than never experience anything at all? Why do you have to live in fear? Why? Why do you have to live in fear over a little sickness? Or are you constantly reaching outside of yourself to listen to somebody else? It's like, are you strong in yourself? Do you trust in yourself? Do you know your worth? Do you know that you're worthy? Have you ever noticed children and animals, like some people like to call it instinct. I like the word alignment, or that they're appreciating themselves. They want to stay happy. I mean, we should stay happy. I mean, you stay enough in fear and anger. Yeah. Have you noticed like some people that could be 20, they look like they're 40? Because you can call it genetics or whatever, but I feel like your thoughts carry you into a sooner death. You know, this isn't to make you fearful or anything. It's just be mindful. You know, as a massage therapist and mindful fitness, meditation, and, you know, and intuitive guidance, I find with practicing on myself, you know, I got to learn how to heal myself. I believe that I am the best healer. I'm the best lover. I'm the best teacher. I'm the best leader and creator of my own reality. And that's all I've got power over. And I find the more I stop reaching out outside of myself, like not watching so many scary movies when I'm out of alignment, or I can hold my happiness or reasoning or acknowledging or loving the exploration of true meaning behind the movie, not just looking at the fact that someone's being killed right in front of me. Like, that's another thing. Everybody's afraid of death. The pain. It's short. It have to be a long, torturous experience in life. A lot of people, they just torture themselves by listening to what everybody else is saying and not listening to their true guidance. You are a receiver. Not all this is like a storage cabinet. You're receiving a lot of this through non-physical and connecting with others and with physical through non-physical. That's just my belief. Like, but why do you have to stay in fear? You know, a lot of times when I'm in alignment, you know, I don't have to worry about certain situations because, you know, infinite intelligence or that non-physical side of me says, hey, you may want to come over here today instead of going over there. Or this favorite food that you like, that you have every Friday, today's just, let's try something else. You may you may find out a reason. So-and-so might have been there, and you're just in this space where you are happy and you don't want conflict anymore. Isn't that wonderful? And then when you are in a space where you've learned to appreciate them, you do meet them and you're just like, hey, how are you? Yeah, everything's wonderful. Yeah, it's good to see you. And without hitting the record or the play button on your experience from them from the past, you just look at them with new eyes. And that's what I've been focusing on, is staying present in the moment. Yeah, I'm going to repeat myself, but I think we just need to practice. Okay, how's it feel right now? Oh my gosh, it's a beautiful flower bush. It's beautiful trees. I'm feeling good. Oh my gosh, my hips feel really good right now. Focus on what you want, not what you don't want. You know, getting with your friends and gossiping and bashing down somebody. Or why can't you agree just to disagree and find the best in someone? I mean, I have a great relationship with my daughter's father because I learned how to love myself instead of being an enemy to myself. And then that love just comes out and reflects back to me. And when I'm not, you can't expect everybody to be in alignment and catch, oh, okay, she's just having a bad day, whatever. I'm not going to play in on this. I'm going to stay happy. Some people will just reflect it right back to you. I don't do it just for our daughter's sake. I don't just do it for my sake, for his sake. It just feels good. Life should be fun, We're best friends. It doesn't mean you have to stay with the same person forever. There's no sin. People are like, how could you say there's no sin? I came from a Christian background, and I love still helping out churches. I'm not bashing churches of certain beliefs. That's just who I am. That's just what's worked for me. I don't want to live in fear anymore. There are things in the Bible I truly appreciate, and it makes sense. I always wonder, well, how did Jesus do those things? And I feel like, and even in the Bible, just was presented with someone else doing what Jesus did. And his followers were saying, and no, I'm not going to go say it was blah, 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 verse. No, I am not going to keep documenting things. It's for you to figure out, not to find some fault in evidence-based reference. There's nothing wrong with seeing proof, but a lot of us here are basing so much on proof. Sometimes you can have paradise right in front of you, but if you don't have the evidence that you believe in front of you to know that it's paradise, you won't know that it's paradise. And the opposite goes for those that are numb and don't realize that they're in a bad relationship. And no matter how much you love them, how much you put out love for them, you don't realize that you both are going in different directions. And this is your life. Love them. It doesn't mean you have to live with them. Because if you're not fulfilling you and who you are with God or non-physical, you're actually depriving each other, you and that other person, of who you become presently. You can have dreams that you wanted to fulfill as a child, but they've evolved from there. You don't forever have to be in your parents' or mentors' footsteps. I've come to a place a lot of times where I've outgrown my mentors, or my mentors want to be mentored by me. It's not being full of itself, it's just being confident and appreciating. And sometimes we think that we have to be right. I'd rather be right than happy. It's like we're losing ourselves to, everything you have to give me tangible evidence or I won't believe you because I don't believe myself. Do you have confidence in yourself? Can you just trust the notion? Can you trust there's also something within you and around you that is always loving you and helping you find that way to a more interesting, stimulating life? And that with a little bit of meditation of clearing your mind, just focusing on sensory input, what you feel, like get a massage or, stare at the wind blowing through the trees without thinking, something not too stimulating and boring, or listening to air conditioning. That's my favorite from Abraham Hicks, It's not too stimulating and boring, but it helps you calm down for at least 5 to 15, 20 minutes. And then the rest of the time, finding things indirectly to appreciate, to when you're really feeling good, going directly into, I'd love to have more stimulating conversations with clients gain more friends, have new experiences with people I knew to know, but stay present with them. Some people are like big on documentation. That's fine when I have someone I do an intake form or whatever, but it's irrelevant. The next time I see them, no matter how soon or later I see them, it's irrelevant. Yes, they may be the same, look the same and everything, and certain things may still be there as a scar or whatever, but it's better, I love myself. I am not my worst enemy. I am my best lover. And I love inspiring people to see that in themselves. I want you to believe in you. Not everything I say or anybody else. No one is broken. It's just always evolving. But are you allowing yourself to go through those doors, to feel the evolution, and to appreciate, what you went through, those choices you made, instead of putting yourself down and torturing yourself? Life should be fun, at least in my eyes. I love, and I want to be there for my child. And there's, again, many appreciation facts I have about COVID-19. I wanted to homeschool my daughter, so I got that. Did I want everybody else not be able to go to school? No. So, it isn't like Megan has power over the world, but this is what I'm living. This is what I'm seeing. This is what I'm perceiving. This is what I'm allowing in. But I gotta relax. We gotta relax and just enjoy it. You don't want everything you ask for in one day. Imagine and appreciate and know. And before you know it, you'll have it. And it's okay to move on from there. It's already been created. Move on. Love you. Love me. Love us.